You're listening to the Fantasy Fluffers with Parker and Dex.
What do you think about moving to small ices, dude? I already know your answer.
Come to Daddy Dex. I'll do it.
Hello.
A big ice, because we're doing big ices every week, boys. I ain't no bitch. Let's go. Big ices only.
Hell no, bitch. Who tried it to irrelevant? You tried to do.
Hello, my name is Dextric Michael Abeda, and I'm addicted to fantasy football. And as you guys heard in the intro, this is the Fantasy Fluffers. I'm Dex, that's Parker, and somebody got their first win of the season.
Yee, boy!
A long time coming.
Speaking of being addicted to fantasy, I was like listening to a book, as one does. And It said something nice that I thought was pretty cool about how like your favorite you can love like some of your favorite hobbies, right? Like video games or weed or like some of these more destructive ones, but they never love you back. They always hurt you in the end.
Wow.
That's how I feel
I
about
literally,
fantasy right now.
my heart hit my stomach when you said that, and I've never felt more empty in my life.
Fantasy doesn't love you, man.
It doesn't.
Fantasy is no love.
But I think a better way to look at it is it's more of a conduit to a different world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you laughed.
Go on. Is there an analysis of that sentence?
I can make one up.
Try.
Okay, so we are able to mix some things we like fantasy and other things we like football, and we create something we loved and turned it into something that we thought would be fun, and now we hate.
It doesn't love you back.
It doesn't.
I still don't understand how that has to do with fantasy being in a different dimension or whatever the fuck you just said.
In my head, it all made sense, and you were supposed to just say, yeah, that sounds good.
You know me better than that. How many pods have we done? Like 30, 40?
Not enough.
I think we've done 40 pods yet.
No. This is year 2.
So?
We're on week... Holy shit, how far back are we? This is podcast number 14, week 11. What am I looking at?
What are you looking at? Holy shit.
Fantasy Fluffers, week 5. Oh,
podcast number 14, week 11?
It's because you copy and pasted from last year. Fucking Parker.
That's a mind fuck. Yeah, our listeners aren't going to know. We're talking about it all there. Did you watch a lot of football this last week?
No.
Me neither, man. I didn't watch any this week.
I watched the end of the Broncos game. And then I watched Thursday night. It was on Twitch. And then I watched the end of the Broncos game because I just got home. And I didn't even watch the Sunday night game. It fucking sucks. I miss football.
Yeah, I miss watching. I mean, I've realized how much I miss watching football for football the last few weeks. Like, it's nice when I can watch a good primetime game with none of my players in, and it's a good game.
I hate the fantasy zone. I like red zone. Like, that's so fun.
Why do you hate fantasy zone?
Because it's fantasy. Like, that's all it is. Like,
you just want to
it's like
separate.
fantasy on top of fantasy on top of fantasy.
I don't even like red zone, to be honest.
Red zone's fun because you get to see people score, and that's where a lot of the cool shit happens.
It sounds nice if my player scored ever.
Yeah.
I had a good week, technically.
How?
This week. Well,
let's not go down that road yet.
Yet.
All right.
I get that. I just like regular games more, though, to be honest. I like watching games.
This weekend, you can watch Arizona State play UCLA with me at 12:30.
I can't wait. That'll be good.
It's going to be so fun. We're going to an ASU bar. Everyone in Colorado is invited. And we're going to drink beers and watch our boys beat up the Bruins.
Yeah. Dude, mind blown that there's an ASU bar here, by the way.
Daniel told me. I haven't been there, so hopefully it's dope.
So cool. We need to do that, and we still need to go to the International Church of Cannabis also.
I'm not going there.
Yeah, that's fair. I forgot.
Are you really going to go?
Yeah.
You think you all just smoke weed and talk about Jesus?
Oh, we'd listen to a sermon, dude. Have you ever been to church?
I just said that. I'm assuming you'd get high beforehand.
Yeah. Well, it's communion.
Oh my God! So you have to wait till like 3/4 of the way in?
No, I highly doubt
That
it.
would be the worst.
It's probably the first thing they fixed compared to real church.
Yeah,
They're like, we'll just get drunk first.
I was gonna ask you something. and I already forgot.
Can you remember when you're on the spot like this?
Nope.
The hot seats.
That, you know what? That means it's time for my favorite segment.
Next gen stats, and you can think about whatever that beautiful question was that you had brewing. Will Fuller obviously had a fantastic game this week, as we all know.
Are we going to talk about him, or do we want to save it?
We will. There's no way we don't talk about him sometimes.
It just blows my fucking mind how much he just got bought for.
$20, 26.
20, yeah, okay, something like that.
Is it 21 or 20?
He had one good game. Go look at his stats. They're garbage.
Yeah, I mean, his stats aren't garbage. He just doesn't have the touchdown upside yet. His stats are fine. Like, look at his volume. He's getting volume.
What do you mean?
Are you just talking about, like, his fantasy scores? Is that what you're looking at?
What volume are you talking about?
Like, passing volume. Like, how many passes does he get?
Not a lot.
Does he get looked at a lot downfield? All right, so you said not a lot. Do you know what it is without looking?
What do they count as look down the field? Are we talking about balls thrown to them that were incomplete, or are they talking
Both.
about...
Complete or incomplete.
So he has a lot?
So targets.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he has a lot of missed targets.
He has a lot of targets. He has catches, too. With 0 touchdowns, he's averaging, like, 8 or 9 points a game.
Take out this last game.
Yeah, no, I did. Because that would be ridiculous.
He's averaging 8 or 9 points a game.
If I remember right, yeah.
Will Fuller is averaging... It's like 6 if you take out the 48, the 50-point
So
game.
if we're taking out the 48, let's take out the 4 as well then.
All right, then it's 8 points a game.
Yeah.
So that is not worth 26 points.
So he's getting 3, 7, 7, 6 is his targets. So that's good.
I don't think so. But
That's fair.
how much did you bid on him?
Like $8. I knew I wasn't gonna get him, but I knew
I
that
literally
had to
bid
try.
$1 just to make sure that everyone wasn't like, oh, we're going to outbid everyone. I'm just going to put 0 because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to keep everyone on their toes.
I knew I wasn't gonna get him, but I can't. I mean, I chased the Daniel Jones points, and I'm eating shit for that right now. But next week he plays Arizona. It's the only reason I'm keeping him on my
This
team right
week, he plays
now. New England, and I am not starting
You
him.
should. Danny
No.
Dimes. He's probably going to put up
Shut
60
the
points
fuck
on the
up.
Patriots.
If he does, I will chug a big ice. If he puts up 60 points in the Patriots, yeah,
Damn it.
I can say that with confidence.
I was like, wait,
You know what?
60.
I'll chug 1 ice for every point he scores if he puts up 60 points in the Patriots.
Oh my God. Daniel Jones.
60 fantasy points. That's what he needs to hit.
And then Tom Brady has 62 because they still beat him.
See,
that would be like my ideal nutgasm.
See, that's how you make a good bet. You just don't lose.
Yeah, that is not a good bet. That's a boring bet.
I mean, I'm sure at least Brad laughed at that.
Hey, guys, if I score 1,000,000 points this week, I'll chug a big ice through my ass.
Okay.
Now, that's a bet I won't lose
So
or win.
Will Fuller had a great game. So, like, what place best game of all time do you think that was?
30th?
30th? No, it's top 10, buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, top 10 best games of all time.
Holy shit.
I know.
What did he get, 43 points?
48 in our league. And in full PPR, he broke 50.
So Aaron Jones had more than him?
Had more what?
Points.
No.
I thought he had like 50 something.
This week?
Yeah.
No
Charlie's
way.
guy?
Aaron
Yeah.
Jones had 50 points. No way.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up right now.
You didn't know that? Like, Charlie wasn't supposed to win. And then,
Oh my God, he had 50 points.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I told you.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Turn off the podcast. I got to redo all my research, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, damn, that guy must be top 10 also.
What? I didn't know this.
How did you not know that? It literally changed Charlie's game against
I told
Miller.
you, dude, I didn't pay attention. I kind of just tuned out this week. I took a week off.
That is not good content for our podcast, but
I mean, I thought it's
So,
kind of interesting.
together
So
we...
let's get back to the facts, Dex. Stop trying to blow my mind. Let me blow yours. Will Fuller's game was the Xth best game in fantasy football history.
9th.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like that never happens.
No, never.
That's pretty good.
That was cool. We should do this more often.
Can you believe that he also got tackled at the 1 twice?
Oh my God. So he potentially would have had 12 more points.
At least, yeah.
Um,
Plus those 2 yards.
All right. I hate you. Who's number 1?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Let's Google it real quick. Who's...
Le'Veon Bell had a 8-point game because I remember it was in the playoffs when I was playing Paul. Le'Veon Bell beat Paul's team. His team died.
Le'Veon Bell has scored. He scored 47 points in 2016. Jimmy Smith in year 2000 scored 47.
Maurice Jones-Drew, I remember, had a big one.
I'm just going to go through some names because this is kind of a blast from the past. Jerome Harrison, Marshall Faulk,
Wow.
Fred Taylor, Priest Holmes.
Let's go backwards. Does it say what teams? Can you guess what teams these guys are on?
I can see their jerseys.
Damn
for all these,
it.
yeah.
That would have been a
pictures.
fun game. Oh, you want to ask me, see if
Actually,
I know?
yeah, you scroll and I'll pick. No, I'm just going to get all these wrong.
Ask me. Let's see if I can get
All
them
right,
right.
all right. Let's go from the top. Let's go. Jimmy Smith,
No idea. I'm going to say the 49ers.
Jags, year 2000. Jerome Harrison,
Steelers.
Browns, 2009.
No.
Marshall Faulk.
0 for 2. He was on the Rams.
Yep, nailed it. 2002. Fred Taylor.
He was on the Jaguars.
It looks like Baltimore.
No, well, he must have played for 2 teams because I know Fred Taylor played for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think this is a picture of them scoring this many fantasy points. Can't tell for him. Want to say Baltimore, but the only word I see in the paragraph is Steelers, so who knows? Priest Holmes, 2002.
The Chiefs.
Yeah. Wow, you know so much more football history than me. Michael Vick, 2010.
2010?
Yeah,
So that had to have been, was that the Eagles?
it was the Eagles.
Okay.
49 points. Mike Anderson, year 2000.
The Broncos.
Yeah, I was going to give you so much shit.
No,
Did you see the smirk on my face?
Well,
bro?
I was like, don't get this one wrong because we traded for Bell we traded Clinton Portis to the Redskins, and we got Champ Bailey because
No one cares about Broncos history.
Sorry.
Come on, it's a fantasy football podcast. Doug Martin, 2012.
The fucking Bucks.
Yep, 51 points.
That was his Mighty Mouse was his nickname or something.
Something like that, yeah. Sean Alexander, 2002.
The Seahawks.
Yep, 52 fantasy points. Clinton Portis,
The
2003.
Reds. The Broncos.
Yep, 54 fantasy points. And that's the top.
I'm
think.
surprised we didn't see Larry Johnson, LaDainian Tomlinson,
Larry Johnson. This was published in 2016, so I
Those
can't
guys
imagine.
were a long time ago. Any big wide receivers? Randy Moss, Tom Brady, Donovan McNabb.
I know, right? I know that Julio Jones has scored over 45 before.
Yeah, but Julio Jones too is scored over 30 points without scoring a touchdown, which is
madness.
mind fucking blowing.
That's what we call volume, Dex.
Yes, that is volume, but he caught him.
Yeah, he did catch him.
I could throw 30 balls in the ground. That doesn't mean
It's a lot of volume to the ground, though. Yeah. I'd pick up the ground if you were doing that.
you should.
I'd drop 37 fab on him for sure.
How much did you drop on Daniel Jones?
Was it 30? Was it 20? It was 26.
26.
Yeah, thank God.
Might
it
be
wasn't
the
36.
best fucking thing that happened to me this
Best
year.
fleece ever. Yeah, I was
Hey.
just chasing it. I was a man in need, and I played it all wrong.
So, I'm confused why. Wait, what are we talking about?
We're
I
still
don't-
doing next gen stats.
All right. I wanted to talk about Leonard.
Talk about what's on your mind. Let's go.
I'm just confused why Leonard Fournette is not getting the respect he deserves.
Because he doesn't run like he used to. I know I said that. Who did they play this week?
The Jaguars played. I don't fucking remember.
I watched a few game recaps, so I did watch him play. He just he doesn't run aggressively much anymore. It feels like he doesn't attack people. Honestly, so that YouTuber that Paul recommended that we all watch. So I subscribed, and he's come up on my YouTube dashboard a few times, and he actually has one on why Leonard Fournette's falling off, and I thought it was very, very insightful, and I liked it a lot.
Why?
Actually,
Tell me why. Because
I have
he's-
really bad memory, but from what I remember, it's because he's not running as aggressively. His vision's not as good. That's the best I can remember. He's just not running with the same consistency.
What do you think he's ranked?
He used to be like a tackle breaker, fucking
What do you
like
think his
run
rank
hard boy,
in
but he's been trying to
PPR
run
is?
like Bell lately. Like he's
What do
been
you
trying to
think
run
his
more
rank
elusively.
in PPR is
His rank in PPR?
out of running backs.
God. 16?
8.
8? Yeah, didn't see that coming.
12 points, 13 points, 14 points, 30 points, 25 points.
Yeah, so remove
Do you
both of his good
Oh,
games.
okay. All right.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus,
no,
fuck.
that's
Hey,
good.
let's remove all stats.
What teams did he play those 2 games?
Carolina and the Broncos.
Those are presumably both top half of the league defenses. Broncos get walked over though these days. Is it hard to watch their games? Did they win this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Broncos won and Dex won. Woo! And ASU had a bye.
You guys are soul bound.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Denver and Dex undefeated through the rest of the year. And I can't wait. The mind fuck you guys will have.
Yeah, I'll be mind fucked super hard if that happens. Undefeated rest of the year.
And I'll never break 125 points. Would you be more upset if I just, like, my team all of a sudden started scoring 160 plus every week, or I only scored 125 but never lost and won the championship?
I'd be more upset if you started scoring 160, I think. But it'd be good for the podcast. This is a very sad podcast right now.
Yeah, it's a little depressing.
I was thinking about it the other day, and I managed to make myself believe that it's a better podcast because we're not winning.
I don't know if it's that or I don't know. I know I'm I just want, it's like, it's so difficult. This is how I would, this must be what it's like to be a parent. So like, I see my kid and I'm like, wow, so much fucking potential. Like you could be good at school, sports, all these things, but you're kind of just a piece of shit. You just kind of sit there and don't do much. That's how I feel like when I look at my team. I'm like, wow, you guys are talented, but you don't do much, do ya? I was like, fuck, I should have adopted that African kid.
From way more fab than I tried to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, we're still on Next Gen Stats.
Oh.
And I have one more stat. I've only done one so far. We're doing a very free flow podcast today.
Yeah, cause I'm free.
We're 2 leaves floating in the wind right now.
It is windy outside.
Both of these were submitted by Paul, by the way. Very good
Thank
friend
you,
of the
sir.
pod. Thank you, Paul. And this one, he sent it to me like hours before I went viral on Reddit, so you might have seen it already. But the Jets are averaging 13.5 yards per drive this year. How many yards per drive do you think Christian McCaffrey's averaging?
I know it's more just because I saw that,
Yeah,
but
I
I
wouldn't
don't.
be asking you this if it was
I don't
more.
know. Was it like 14.5?
14.2.
Okay.
If you had just guessed the right number again,
Yeah.
we would have had to shut this podcast down.
Well, I knew I saw it, but I didn't read it. I was like, oh, I read the headline, like scoring more or averaging more than Jags, and I went on to the
You're
next
like,
thing.
14's more than 13 for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, I understand completely. In fact, I did not read those numbers until just now. Paul just sent me this. I was like, yeah, I'll use it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, and I didn't do any other next-gen stats. So there you go. Congratulations, League.
All right. Now, I said. What the fuck? You might have ripped your pants.
No, I buy strong pants. dude,
Yeah.
for just that reason.
Jesus, fuck. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You need a wipe?
No, I feel actually better now.
Hey, Amber, you got toilet paper?
I'm good. Good.
All right.
My
You
bottle
want-
has
you wanna
absorption
use my
properties.
sock?
It just goes back in.
I just want. Okay.
It's like a black hole.
That's good, right? Or bad?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You don't waste
bad sometimes.
any nutrients.
No, hell no. It's all for me.
So before we were rudely interrupted, I was going to talk about. I said I was going to do Yu-Gi-Oh for everyone in the league, and then I started it this weekend and realized that Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have that many cool characters. So I'll do the quick version. I'm Yu-Gi-Oh, the Pharaoh dude inside the thing, and Parker's Bitch Boy Yu-Gi-Oh, and
Little Yugi?
and Paul is Pegasus. That's it.
Doesn't like adult Yugi have a different name?
Well, so Yu-Gi-Oh has that fucking medallion or whatever.
Yeah, because he's like actually a spirit.
But there's
or something.
there's a pharaoh in it that takes over and like controls them, so they work together. That's why when Yu-Gi-Oh's not have the pharaoh going, he looks like this little bitch boy. And then when he gets it, he's like 6 feet tall and his hair's pointier. It is really weird, and no one notices but me.
It's like a combination when he becomes an adult and plays cards better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Do
not-
they play different decks,
What do you mean?
or do they play the same deck?
No,
Yu-Gi-
it's
okay.
different. Did you never watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
I mean, I watched it. It's been
so
a while.
you got your hand and you got theirs. So you each have like.
No, I told you. I played Yu-Gi-Oh too. Fucking. Let me find my cards. We'll play right now on
Then
pod.
how don't you fucking know?
It's been a while. And I just thought I had a memory of like them playing like differently or something. Like don't they have like different styles or something? And I don't know. I'm making shit up.
Cool. But so yeah, I'm not gonna do that because it's dumb. But Parker and I did want to bring up Exodia's hand.
Yeah. So there's a concept that I've been fumbling around in fantasy football. And it's
Did you actually make this up?
I think.
We're gonna say Parker Johnson made this up. Patent pending.
Yeah.
Hashtag fantasy fluffers for life.
Does that give it more or less validity if I made it up?
It'll give it more when you're right.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna give a concept called Exodia's hand, and we're gonna talk about who has this. And what Exodia's hand means is, in fantasy football,
Can you explain what Exodia's hand is in the Yu-Gi-Oh
Oh,
world
that's
first?
a good. Yeah,
Let's
that's
start
a good
there.
point. I forgot because Charlie has no fucking clue.
Maybe
Maybe actually, I wouldn't be surprised. Who has the least chance of having a clue what the
Brad.
fuck? No, Brad watched a lot of comics.
Did
Brad
he?
watched a lot of TV.
probably Daniel.
Daniel for sure.
Yeah. Paul would know or have some for sure. Dustin for sure. Miller. You and I both clearly know.
Hell yeah. So Exodia's hand is when there's like in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, there's 5 cards, and it's called like Exodia's head, Exodia's right hand, his left foot, right foot, and his body.
It's arm and leg, but same difference.
Like fucking whatever. I thought he was just like a torso with hands and feet coming out and a head, a big old pharaoh head. And basically, if you have all 5 of those cards in your hand, you win. And it's the only way to just auto win like that in Yu-Gi-Oh. And
It's only ever happened once.
in real life. Not in real life. You mean in the show?
In this show, it happened when once with his grandpapa, and then Yugi did it the second time.
Oh, so it's happened twice.
Well,
You fucking lied to
You were
me.
letting me get. I was getting to the punchline.
Okay, that's fine. So like in the real card game, which I played a lot in like middle school, I think there are like decks built around just like stalling and trying to draw as many cards as possible to get that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool concept.
I was the opposite of that. I was the
Just
let's
wanted to YOLO
fucking
into
go.
the other guys' hit
Yeah,
points
let's
and stuff.
go.
Yeah. So what it would mean for fantasy football is that so you have to hit these 5 criteria. Your first 3 draft picks don't bust. So they don't have to exceed, but they don't bust. And then you get 1 waiver wire pickup that does amazing, exceeds expectations by a lot. This is probably like a running back handcuff, or like DJ Chark, for example, is doing great.
Oh, tight end.
Tight end. Yeah, Will Disley. Thank you. You didn't even know his name. You just said, tight end.
I always say it wrong. I'll say like Disley.
Disley?
Is that his name?
I don't know
It
how
might
the
be
fuck you
his
say
name.
it, actually.
Disley. I don't know either.
Little Disley. And then the other one would be that
Late round.
a late round pick also exceeds their expectations.
Yes.
So, for example, until like the last few weeks, LaShawn McCoy would have been a candidate for that.
Yes.
For Dustin. Because he fucking draft night got traded to the most high-powered offense in the league as we knew it at the time.
Which we were also talking about, like how we thought Dustin was. How come your fucking voice is so much louder than mine?
I don't know. No, I'm the bottom one for sure.
No, you're
No,
talking.
you're right.
Yes.
I don't know. Got a deeper voice, dude.
I
Miller will fix it. Don't bitch about the lines.
It's just your lines are bigger than my lines. By like a lot.
I can do way bigger lines than
They're
you guys.
not even close. Oh,
So that's Exodia's hand. So that's Exodia's hand, right? And so we're going to talk about who in the league we think has achieved or is closest to achieving this. Basically, the concept is if you get this and it works out year round, you got a real good shot of winning the league,
So
right?
let's start at the top with Gabe, who's in first place currently. So
One of us needs to pull up the draft board so we know. I'll do that. I'll do that.
do you have a
No,
picture?
I'll do it.
Do you have the picture?
Yeah.
You have a picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm going to pull it up in Sleeper, you idiot, because I don't want to
We
read
didn't
that fucking
put it
draft
in
board.
order, you dumb fuck.
Did we not? Why didn't we? No, we
did it
have
like
to.
3 times.
There's data for that. We need that data. I'm
Well,
upset.
Dustin did it.
I'm pretty sure we've looked at this draft board before as truth. Yeah, no, this is legit.
On Sleeper, they're so bad at it.
No, this is real. This is legit. All right, so Gabe's first 3 picks were Saquon, Thielen, and Kelsey.
So he doesn't count. Saquon's been injured.
But I mean, if he comes back like after 2 weeks of
Yeah,
being out,
right
that's
now.
still.
So Kelsey's the number 3 tight end.
I'd say that's expectation.
Thielen is the number 12 wide receiver. So
I mean, Thielen's been, even with the Vikings struggles at wide receiver, Thielen's been doing okay. I'd say he's got that check. They're not like exceeding expectations, but they're
Yeah.
not busting.
And
You're
then having-
consider Saquon the first round pick and not the first pick, right?
yeah. So Saquon, I don't. He doesn't have it yet, as of now. As
You
of
don't think
now.
Saquon's delivering first round value, even like losing
No.
2 games, even if he only loses 2 games?
Right now, what we have so far, no. He's got a 6 point and a 0 and a 0. Like we have to take the data
Wait,
we have
he's only
right
played
now.
3 games?
No, he has a 19 point, 23 point, then a 6-0-0. If you're a really talented player but you're constantly injured, you're not good. That's just like how it is.
For sure. We'll see how
So
fast he comes
I'm
back
saying
and if he like
right
over
now,
delivers on the
right
on the-
now, from where we are at this point, I don't think he is delivering for being a first round, not first pick, first round.
That's fair. I guess I take it a little less hard on a running back for missing like 2 games. If he really comes back,
But we're using the census we have right now. So 2 games out of 5 is a shit ton.
yeah.
That's almost half.
Well, we're not like giving him he hasn't won the league yet.
Yeah,
this
I know.
is like a year long.
But I'm
thing.
saying that's why he's already out. For right now, who has it?
I disagree with your process, Dexter. Let's move
That's
on.
fine. We're allowed to. All right, let's go to Brad's team.
So and do you want to talk about his late round picks?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
he
yeah.
obviously picked up Chark and Terry.
But hasn't played him yet.
He hasn't played Chark yet? No, he's
No.
played Chark.
He didn't
He's
play.
like maybe not. He didn't play him last week, but he's played him.
Okay. Well, and then he got Godwin later. I don't know if it considered later. It was like the 6th round,
5th round.
5th round. That's not late.
No, I was
think it
thinking
has to
like
be
10 plus.
8 plus. Okay, 10.
8 plus is probably easier. It'll give us better content. You got Tevin Coleman in the 8, so we'll see how he goes. Tevin, Latavius, Larry, Jags, Jameis Winston, Cortland Sutton, Will Lutz, Kenny Stills, Greg Olson.
Well, Tevin Coleman has not been good.
No. So, and that might be one thing I don't like about this criteria is like it's really easy to have a good team and still whiff on that late round pick, you know? Anyway, so looking at Brad, he picked up Kamara, Keenan Allen, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, Brad lost.
Brad lost. Brad's out. We don't have to keep doing this.
No.
Daniel, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Evans, Dalvin Cook.
Mike Evans is iffy, but those 3, I'll give it to him.
Chris McCaffrey's just so good it makes up for it, even if the other 2 sucked.
Fucking Dalvin Cook still also fucking A these fucks.
Looking past his 8th round, he got Russell Wilson in the 12th.
That is
Yep.
stupid.
Fucking
I
counts.
can't believe I picked Baker and you picked fucking Jared Goff before Russell Wilson.
I'm just sad that like Russell Wilson did me dirty last year. He didn't do shit for me, and this year he's amazing again.
He literally did this just to say fuck Parker.
Yeah, I thought so.
A lot of places had him like dropping off this year.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because he got married and gets to have sex with his wife?
All I've ever heard is that makes you worse at sports. Is having sex a
Who
lot.
is ever? They did a sports science that's not true.
All right, but that doesn't mean the fact that they did a sports science means that people say the opposite happens all the time.
So, fun fact, in high school, my senior year, when I thought like I got to be really good at sports because like it's important. So my
High
girl,
schooler brain.
I would not have sex with my girlfriend at all during the football season, and oddly enough, made her want to have sex with me way more, and I would be like, no. Football season, wrestling season, I can't have sex. I need that semen. It's got to power my body. That my nut juice has got to keep my head clear.
And so you accidentally had a bunch of great sex when you didn't want to.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the world fuck of all time? Like you didn't even want to have the
I don't
awesome
even.
sex you were having.
I don't even want my dick inside of you. Jeez.
You had
This-
amazing sex, didn't even want it. Just so full of guilt that you were gonna
God,
suck on the field.
I was so dumb.
Yeah.
I wish someone would be like, yeah, Dex, you should probably like have lots of sex.
I'm still
'Cause
dumb.
when you're older, it'll not happen as much.
I mean, yeah. That's what they say after all. Looking at Andrew's team, Zeke, Joe Mixon, Zach Ertz, you're out.
Zach squirts.
Zach squared. Dex, you drafted Le'Veon Bell in the first round, Odell Beckham in the second, Leonard Fournette in the third. I'd say you're out too.
A little bit. To be
Mike.
determined.
Mike is definitely out, but his first 3 picks were James Conner, Damian Williams, and Brandon Cooks.
Who the fuck is Damian Williams?
I still remember when you said that about Kareem Hunt to me when I drafted him in like the second that one year,
Yeah.
his rookie year.
Yeah.
God, I'm a sucker for rookies, aren't I?
Yeah.
I got a real problem.
It's because you're like, never mind.
My draft strategy next year will be no rookies.
Shut up. Your draft strategy this year was all wide receivers, and you didn't do
No,
it.
I said that I could do it.
Oh, yeah. You could also draft all kickers, you dumb
My
fuck.
team would have sucked too. Charlie, David Johnson, Tyreek Hill, Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman in the
To be
third seems
true.
like a reach at this point, right?
Yeah. He's hit or miss. He's boom or bust.
Yeah. Tyreek has had up and down games mostly, right?
Well,
Boom
he's
or
been
bust.
injured.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. David Johnson's been good. Probably out of it. Dustin, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and Patrick, my homies.
I will give him those 3.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Let's look at his late rounds. LaShawn McCoy in the 8th. Boom. Instantly counts as far as I'm concerned. Golden Tate, 12-3. Shouldn't have traded him away. Devin Singletary, round 16.
I don't even know who that is.
Not bad. Not a bad pickup. And then I don't know what he's done on the waiver wire. Has he picked up anyone of significance? Can you
No.
think?
I'll look at his team right meow.
Yeah. And I'll start reading off Paul's. So Paul picked Gurley, Michael Thomas, Juju.
Out.
Yeah, you're out of it. Let's look at his late round for fun.
He got Jarvis Landry.
I wouldn't say that's like a great pickup. He's like a serviceable start, right?
He's a flex 2.
Paul picked up, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, late rounds. Probably play them.
He
depending on
doesn't
their
even
matchups
have
later.
Kyler Murray anymore.
Oh, really? I thought he still did.
No, Brad does.
Oh.
He dropped him and Brad picked him up.
When did that happen?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Me, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, and Stephon.
Yeah,
definitely
Stefan
did
fucked you in the ass.
that. Devontae and Chubb are doing okay, but they're still a little iffy. They could produce rest of season.
Devontae has a higher ceiling.
I'm going to look at my... Oh, you know what? I picked up Will Fuller in the 8th round. So... Does that count?
No.
Oh, Breida in the 10th. I'll count that. He's had
That's
some
good.
games, yeah.
You picked up Daniel Jones.
Let's move on. So that's Exodia's hand. We'll revisit this. We probably won't go through everyone's shit because we already have. But if we see someone who's like popping off, we might examine if they have the hand. What does your itinerary say right now?
Parker, I can see you. Parker's pull. Dex's pull.
Let's go over last week's results.
All right. Round and round. Here we go.
All right.
The faster we... How's that go?
I don't fucking know. Let's start from the top. Let's talk about ours first this time.
All right.
Let's get the emotions out.
I won.
You beat Mike. Mike's 0-5. Does Mike have any chance of making the
No,
playoffs? now?
Mike is done. Mike needs to go home.
How many losses until Mike is statistically eliminated?
Technically, I think he needs 8
8 losses, really?
to be... Well, like, statistically, I think it's 8.
So if Mike loses 2 more games, he can't trade anymore.
He's at 5 right now, so he needs to lose 3 more games. You are so bad at math.
You know what? Let me get another beer.
I want one too.
No, I actually don't need one yet. I still gotta drink this.
I'm done.
I'll finish mine faster.
But
you won a game. Congrats.
You want to know the worst part is I knew I was gonna beat him, just like how I know I'm gonna beat Paul this week. So it really doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna beat Paul too.
It's kind of like it's like it's like when you get older and you're really deep into a relationship and it's like you're gonna have sex from those times where it's like a surprise. It's just like surprise sex is cool. Like you're like, yeah, we're gonna go out on our anniversary and we're gonna bone. Like cool.
Cool.
But like when it's surprise, you're like, yo, Daddy Dex do it again.
I still got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So beating Mike was like having expected anniversary sex.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Beating Paul will be like having birthday sex. Birthday sex.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, and I'm sorry you're gonna have to go through that again. Now the question is, when you play Paul, are you gonna get rammed in the ass, or are you putting it in Paul? That's the real question.
I'm gonna spit on it and put it in, real soft and
Spit
gentle.
on it after a hard day's work in the field, not a
Yeah.
lot of saliva to go around.
It'll be a potent. It'll be a little moist down there. We'll get it going though, but I'm a gentle lover.
Amber has left the building.
I forgot she was. I thought she was in the other room the whole time. And don't worry, Paul. I am not too proud to give her a reach around.
You're a generous man, very generous. I played Paul last week. I thought I'd do better because I beat Dustin. I don't know why beating Dustin made me think I'd do better. So let's talk about this real quick because I had a hell of a week of decisions, and nothing that happened went the way I thought it would. I am very proud that the thing that I felt the most, which was that I really wanted Will Fuller, I was right about that. I did really want Will Fuller, and that would have helped a lot.
So, in a roundabout way, I beat you this week.
By dropping Will Fuller and me wanting him.
Sending you an Instagram post of Golden Tate's cleats.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's tackle things one at a time. Let's talk about things one at a time. So the Will Fuller issue. I went to bed the night before, realizing that I could pick up Will Fuller and start him, and I wanted him to start over all the rest of my players, right? And I woke up in the morning and realized that I couldn't fucking do that because waivers wouldn't clear till 6 the next day, and I was fucking pissed. And so I tried to bait the league into a vote where everyone realizes that this was stupid because it is a stupid rule. It should just clear the morning of, and people should.
I don't know what you're telling us. Tell Sleeper.
I know. Sleeper obviously is not on board yet. I'm not going to change their mind. But what really doomed me is that the one person who would agree with me that that's a stupid rule was playing me that week. And he's the only other guy who would be up at 5 a.m. to receive my bitch fest that I was throwing. And so he immediately
What the fuck?
immediately shut it down. Wouldn't have any of it. Any other week, Paul would have been like, yeah, that's fucking stupid. It would be better for the game if every player's waiver cleared Sunday morning at like 8 a.m. and we could just like play them as needed. But no, just the one week that it happened to match up this way. I consider Paul outcoached because I would have started Will Fuller and beaten him. So
I will give him outcoached, but I'll give you outdebated.
that's true. Yeah,
So-
I could. Well, there's no way I would have won that. No one else is even awake to
No.
fight.
You would have, and I will say
How could I have won that debate?
this is exactly
enlighten me.
because I was awake
Masturbator.
reading you guys going back and forth. Here's what happened. Parker came up and was like, "This is dumb." Doing the Parker thing, like everyone should side with my
We should
opinion.
literally
blah
revolt in the
blah
streets.
blah. And Paul, who probably was like would be right, was like, "No, this is how it's always been," and came out as like all of his things were very just, and you kept bitching, and Paul just stopped. What if Paul would have just kept going at you and talking shit and stuff? I would have been like, Paul's being a dick. I'm gonna be on Parker's side. But Paul wasn't a dick. Paul was fucking smart, and he out debated you.
It was the most
And
surprising
so
thing.
it went from you just sounded like a little bitch. And Paul was like, all right, I'm not talking to this toddler right now, and stopped responding to you. And it was hilarious.
It was the most surprising thing of all time for me because he even like said like, "Sorry, no Will Fuller for you," and I baited him into fighting me again.
I thought he was too, because when that first comment, I was like, all right, Paul and Parker are going to go
and
at
I was
it.
like, "Sweet, I'm gonna get to draw this to a vote, and I'm gonna get Will Fuller today." And then he stopped talking to me like the motherfucker has suddenly read a book on diplomacy in the last week and knows how to walk away from a fight. I don't understand what fucking happened, dude. I got out debated hard.
Also, I need to read that book.
Yeah, I need to read that book because it sounds good.
Yeah, 'cause
I got fucking tooled on big time.
It made me happy, because
Paul's like, if you think you're a troll, you're the worst. Acting like he doesn't know about the troll life. That motherfucker knows the troll life for sure.
100%.
For sure. So that was the Will Fuller debacle.
Now let's go to the Golden Tate.
You convinced me to
conspiracy.
start Golden Tate.
I
over-
sent an Instagram post of Golden Tate's cleats and said, Parker, you know what to do.
And I was already like, man, I was already so tilted from the first incident that I was like, I was thinking like, I guess my rules don't matter. My rule is to not make not make any startup decisions after Saturday at midnight, right? So, is that Sunday at midnight? I never know how that
You
works.
said Friday. That's what you said.
No. I meant Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I always just do the Thursday, whatever.
And so you convinced me to live the YOLO life. And I even think I told you, like, I'm going to play this one like Dex. I'm a content creator first, not a fantasy football player.
He did say that.
I
and
said
that's
that.
true.
And I got fucked for it. I mean, I wouldn't have won based on that one.
But my favorite part was there was a point where you're like, this is nice. They're like, Dex, I kind of like the way you play fantasy. It's just like,
It's very freeing.
it's like, hey, my balls are dropped. You can see everything. Let's go.
Well, the decision's obvious once you play that way.
Yeah.
You just YOLO.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. It's not a matter of being right. It's a matter of YOLOing the hardest and having the most fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, I always think I'm right because, like, I'm making the decision. I'm like, this is what I want. This is what
You're always choosing what you want. Now,
Yes.
See, I don't do that. I always want to know what's going to be the most optimal, which is the path of eternal pain.
So there's gonna be a week, and it could be this year, it could be next year, it could be in 10 years, where this will pay off, and I will like have the high score ever. It'll like just end because like I'm just YOLOing, and like the stars will align, and it'll just be like that scene from Hercules when all the planets and then the beam comes down and the Titans appear, and Daddy Dex will be coming out first. I hope you all saw that in your head the way I...
Absolutely, yeah.
Good.
I didn't zone out at all during that description.
I can't tell if he's being facetious or not.
Facetious.
She shall
I don't think anything else
on the
happened.
seashore.
We've spent a hot 30 minutes on my matchup, so let's move on.
Gabe beats Daniel 160 to 152.
Daniel has 2 losses.
It's so funny.
Hey
Your team's
guys,
so good.
hey guys, if you everyone on this thing who's like talks about fantasy and how they know, this is how we all know fantasy's dumb.
It doesn't love you
and
back.
it's just for fun. Don't take it too serious because the best team in our league is Daniel Masters' team, and that motherfucker has 2 losses and Gabe has 1.
Hey, Dex, who has the most points for in the league?
I think it's Daniel.
Who has number 2?
Paul?
Yep. Who has number 3?
Brad?
It's Gabe.
No.
Nope, it's Charlie. And then it's Gabe.
Yeah. Guys, this is the fun part about fantasy. And this is also what I hate about the rule they want where, like, you play against the league average. The fucking Browns beat the Ravens. And then, like, teams beat teams they're not supposed to beat. Every year, the Dolphins beat the Patriots once. Nobody fucking knows why. It's crazy. That's what fantasy is, guys. Stop trying to make it where it's so competitive that it's no longer fun. It is fun that, like, hey, you know what? This Mike's tight end got him 0 points. I fucking beat Mike by 8 points. His tight end easily could have got 9.
Fantasy doesn't love you back, man.
Yeah, and it never will.
Do you remember who had the most points against last year?
It was Miller. And guess who didn't make the? And guess who
Do
had
you know who has it this year?
Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miller and I talked about it already.
Yeah. So
But guys, do you know why? Tell them why, Parker.
Why fantasy doesn't love you back? Because fuck Daniel? I don't know. You can't put me on the spot like that.
Miller, cut that fuck Daniel. Put it on the end. We'll copy and
No,
paste.
leave it in.
We'll,
Fuck Dex.
we'll copy and paste that.
I like how sometimes we'll be like Miller, cut that. And the other guy's like, no, fuck you, leave it in. And
we do that every time.
Yeah, and I know Miller doesn't listen to these anymore. Now that he knows how to like compress the whole thing, he doesn't listen to it all the way through. He just checks the peaks and stuff.
The peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So yeah, Gabe beat Daniel. Now let's skip that one. Let's go to Brad beating Dustin. Like the point. Like
Dustin's team's shit in the bed big
like
time now.
I'll say. So I'm gonna put this out there. Daniel's team is the most consistent scoring wise. I might be right there with him.
No, I literally have the stat for most consistent as per Dustin's stats. I score the same amount every week. You know how many weeks I've scored within 118, within like 3 points of that?
All of them.
It's been like I think it's actually been all of them.
That sucks.
I might have like a 94-point week, but
Oh yeah, you were low scorer once.
yeah, just once. Mike's been it twice now.
Do you know what one of the best things that Apple ever did
What's that?
was making that you can read your voicemails?
Oh, dude, Google's been doing that for like 8 years.
Never mind, it's not transcribing.
Yeah, because they suck. Because they're not Google.
Bro, you
How many times has Mike had lowest score?
every week but one or two. I was one.
I was 1. Mike was 3.
Yeah, Mike is 3.
What a shit team.
Mike's team's so bad.
What's the over/under on Mike being taco?
I don't think he will be.
Why not? Actually,
Because-
first of all, you didn't answer my question. Stop talking in absolutes, you fucking Sith. What is the over/under?
I wish you over under. Do you know what an over under
No,
means?
I wanted
dumb
you to
fuck?
help me by saying
Yes,
the
but
answer.
I can't say an over under. Like, so it'd be you would be like,
What are the-
what
what
are
are
the
the
odds?
chances?
What are the
Yeah, what are
odds?
the
What is
odds?
his percentage? Like, so like it'd be like gambling wise, we'd have to do like Mike would be a plus 800.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
then that makes sense. You know,
of being the taco or winning the championship?
winning the championship. I'm right. So he's
being the
probably
taco, I
a
feel
negative 400.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna put that the field. So you can bet.
I think in fantasy,
you
nothing
can
should
bet.
ever
You
be
can
negative
bet
400.
field. Yeah, you can bet field. So like Mike would be negative 400. Field would be negative 600.
What's the field?
The field would be the other 3 players who don't make the playoffs. So like you can always bet against like everything. You're like, hey, I'm just betting on the field, which would be those 3 players.
Okay. What? So like, what's the phrase for not the field?
Well, you would pick a certain
The
person.
universe?
Yeah.
What?
No.
Doesn't make sense to me that it would be called the field. The field makes me think that it's everybody involved.
Yeah. So like it would be like if there was a favorite, you can bet the field. So like you can bet like, oh, Patriots are the favorite. You can bet that it won't be the Patriots. That's pretty much what it means.
Oh, okay.
That you're, but it has to be specific.
Oh, so it's literally everyone else.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I was gonna cut that segment because I was gonna keep sounding stupid if we kept it up, but you made it very clear. Thank you.
All right, now let's go to literally the fuck fest of the week.
Match of the century.
The-
Charlie versus Andrew.
That hurts. Like,
Charlie 202, brand new ice pick. Congratulations, man.
Miller 175. That's got to be the worst feeling.
Do you remember when I
Would you rather be Miller or Mike right now?
Oh, Miller.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd rather
That's
Miller.
yeah.
By a lot.
What I meant was, which one's worse? Be losing every match every week, or
Losing every match every week.
okay.
I'm pretty close to that, and I'm feeling like shit right now.
You're so fucking melodramatic. It's week
Melodramatic.
5, Parker.
This game doesn't love me back, man. It's
Parker
hard.
is we're the yin of the yang.
Nothing doesn't love
Literally,
me back, Dex.
literally,
Nothing doesn't love me back.
literally, you're like, I'm so out of it, and I'm just like, I have not a single worry in the world.
You know,
I'm so confident that I'll make the playoffs that it actually bothers me that I'm like, you should be like, it's like I should be. This is how like a heroin addict is. He's like, I shouldn't be putting this needle in my arm right now, but no, I'll be fine. That's how I feel. Like I should be like, Dex, you're not doing well, and I'm like, sometimes you gotta know when to hold them. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them.
but I'm gonna hold him nonstop.
Yeah,
always.
always for the rest of my fucking life.
Do you remember in Toy Story when they convinced Buzz Lightyear that he's a toy? He's just like he's unreasonably depressed in like the face of danger and everything. You're like, dude, all we need you to do is walk over here and you'll be alive. He's like, I can't do that. I'm just a toy. That's how I feel right now. I'm the Buzz Lightyear.
I'm like Shallow Hal when he sees people by their like heart instead of their looks. Oh my god, it sounded like a volcano
It was a
ate too many
crawler.
marshmallows.
Next, oh, we didn't do power rankings. We skipped over it. Gonna refresh, see if anyone's voted. This is the most participation
Wonderful
we've had.
time of the year.
This is hands down the most votes we've gotten in a week.
I think it's because Brad was involved this week. Because Brad did not vote the other weeks.
Brad, why didn't you vote?
Brad voted this week, though. One thing I'm noticing immediately is that Mike really wants me to be 10th place. Because he's the only one who didn't put me in 10, despite having the lowest score
So
3 times.
I'll fucking A, if you don't Google, go to our website.
You just gotta type in 10guys1cup.com.
I know, but I
That's
put it in-
10guys1cup.com.
So the problem, so with Mike, you got to give him this. Mike doesn't do it out of spite. Mike literally just thinks your team sucks.
That's fine. I get it. Well, Mike's an idiot
So
and doesn't know fantasy.
I wanted to know why Brad had me ranked lower than you. This is Brad's reasoning.
Did he text you it?
Yes, because I make dumb bets and I have 2 Browns players.
I mean, I have 1 Browns player.
Parker, where'd you?
Where did I put you? I put you as number 9.
And yourself at 5.
Yeah.
So so the difference between me and you is you're depressed and you're like, my team's not good, and you're like, but I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm gonna fake my rankings.
I probably no. So I'm depressed because my decisions led to my demise, not because my team is bad.
Your team is so bad.
My team's okay.
I wouldn't trade you.
Optimal lineup
your
would have
entire
scored
team
over 150
for
this
2
week.
of my players.
Optimal lineup would have scored over
174.
150. I had 50
Yeah,
points on the bench
optimal
between
lineup-
2 players.
But we're playing chess, not checkers, buddy.
Yeah.
And I don't.
And I
think-
just played chess
yeah,
shitty. But if I was playing checkers, I would have whooped on all y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, and that's why you will never do it, and I'll always be ahead of you.
So
'cause
are we ranking teams or teams plus coaching ability?
You're ranking, yes.
Teams plus coaching ability?
That's how
then
I do
Brad's
it.
reason makes a lot of fucking sense to me.
Because
you
I make
dumb
bets that have nothing to do with fantasy. With our lineup.
It's a microcosm for you as a whole.
See, and here's where you're both wrong. They're only dumb if I lose.
You won 1 week. You lose all your bets. It makes no sense. Podcast, listen, community. This is what I have to fucking deal with, all right?
All right, let's look at Paul's. Paul has Daniel first, himself, Charlie, Gabe, Brad, Dustin, Andrew, Dex, Parker, Mike.
I want to write stats and find out if there's anyone. I want to know every single time someone doesn't rate themselves above everyone else's average of their rating. Or every time that they don't rate themselves a spot above where anybody else rates them. I want to know
So if
this.
we took out our two ones, like we're like ranked both 9, like on average, because
Yeah, I think everyone bumps up their own stats a
so
little
like
bit.
some people have me 8, some people have you 9.
Here's the thing. This is why everyone
Yeah.
should get everyone to do the rankings, is because even when people do stupid rankings like Andrew's last week, I know Paul was upset about that, and he was going to do joke rankings, but I don't think he did. Thank you very much for not like throwing my hard work in the trash, by the way, Paul, unlike Andrew, you piece of shit. If everyone gets everyone to
want
do
me-
rankings, it averages out fairly at the end of the day, right?
I hate you so much.
What's that?
I just do.
I understand.
Don't worry, I hate me too.
Yeah, Andrew's rankings were shit last week. Paul, thank you for not throwing my work in the trash.
Where do you have Gabe ranked?
Gabe's 6. It's a good ranking.
That's playoffs.
That's playoffs, dude.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
You don't want to talk about playoffs. Practice.
And I got Dustin at 7, which is, I thought it was like I guess it is a hot take compared to a lot of people's. Charlie has Dustin at 7.
Where do I have
Dustin
him?
at 6. You have Dustin at 5, but I don't think you've seen Dustin's last 2 weeks. This is a what have you scored lately league.
Is that why I'm where I'm at?
That's why you're at 9 instead of 10. Yeah.
Do you know what's your record right now?
2 and 3.
How depressed would you be if you were 1-4? Were Paul messing up one players on my bench and starting one person wrong for you being 1-4 and me being 2-3?
So I think that I'd be in the same mental space
See?
because I'm already like, all right, fuck you.
Maybe
man,
that's
let's
why.
see
Maybe
what
that's why
happens.
maybe that's why we're both in our mental states where I'm like, I'm not worried because like in my head I'm like, you're actually 2-3.
But you're not though.
I know.
Have you thought about that part?
No. You think I care? You think I care? They better hope And you want to know how, and I don't know how it's going to come to the last week, just like last year. And it's going to come to like a Sunday night game of me making the playoffs or not. And eventually, boys, the coin is going to fall in my favor.
One day.
And don't let me in. Don't let me in. It's all you guys, I will let you all right now. Cheat, trade, whatever you got to do. I'm telling you guys right now. If you want to trade between each other's only weeks you play me so you can try to make sure I lose every week, I'm on board. Because that's how fucking confident I am.
I found someone who rated someone else higher than they rated themselves. And that is Daniel rated Brad number 1 and Brad rated Brad number 3. Daniel rated Brad above himself.
But Daniel just did that because Daniel didn't want to like rate himself.
Daniel doesn't
number
want to
one.
doom himself like
Yeah.
that.
I guess.
He's like, oh, I could just walk the humble path to victory. I've tried it. It doesn't work, pussy.
Hey, guess what? Fantasy doesn't love you.
I do. So maybe, what if like every person needed to like embody a certain like emotion for their team to do good, right? Like it was like kind of like soulbound your team to like you feeling a certain way. I literally feel like mine would be just being a sad boy and like being down on my team. Because the second I think my team's gonna do good at this shit, but if I think my team's gonna do shitty, it does great.
What would mine be?
Yours would be.
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
That
I mean,
would-
your team has done good so rarely. I haven't had enough data to capture what your emotion is the time that it does good.
I just beat Mike handily.
How did you feel the last week?
I knew it was going to happen.
Maybe when you get bored of being wrong so much. So usually you're like
Get
adamant and furious
Bored
that you're
of
wrong so much.
being wrong.
Maybe after a while you're like, I already know that I'm wrong. I'm bored of it. I'm gonna keep trying to be right, and then that's when it becomes right.
I need you to explain a little bit. Bored of being wrong.
Yeah. So like usually you're wrong, right? So let's just start there.
No, I'm
Usually
right. You're wrong. Yes.
So usually you're wrong,
And I'm
but
right.
you're defiant that you're wrong. You're like, no, the scoreboard's wrong. I was right the whole time. And then maybe
So I wasn't wrong.
after four
Just-
losses in a row, you're just like, this is boring, knowing that I'm right and still being wrong. I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just bored, and that's when you actually come back a little bit.
But I still know I'm right.
So maybe that like fire in your heart is what's dooming you. You should be more like Igor.
All right, well then we'll see because right now, like as I said, I knew I was gonna beat Mike, so not a lot of emotions. I know I'm gonna beat Paul. I don't have a lot of emotions either. It's just like I know what's gonna happen. Like I know every morning I take a poop at work between 4:30 and 5:30. I get to use the bathrooms are just cleaned. No one's there yet. Like I go upstairs to the manager's bathrooms, and like I can sit there and poop by myself. Like that's how I feel with Paul. Like I know I'm gonna beat him. I knew I was gonna beat Mike. I know tomorrow between 4:30 and 5:30 I'll be taking a poop.
You know what, Charlie? That was funny. By the way, you're just gonna go take a poop. You know what Charlie's emotion is for winning?
Being salty.
It's tilting.
Yes.
So when Charlie tilts, he wins.
Charlie was so upset with how the game was going, and then his piece of shit running back, who's not even good, fucking scored 50 points.
50 fucking points.
Can you?
That'll bump his draft price around for like the next 3 years.
Mike will get him next year.
For sure. Yeah, probably. Let's move on from this segment. I'm sick of looking at this. I really want to do a dark mode for this website, by the way, because I'm sick of staring at the white background. Dark mode is so hot right now. I fucking love the new iPhone update, by the way. Do you have it?
I don't like it.
Why don't you
on
like
my
it?
phone. I like it on my laptop. I've used dark mode on my laptop forever.
Yeah.
I don't like it on my phone for
Why
some
not?
reason. I don't know. When I look at it, I feel
It's better for your eyes.
really.
Yeah. And it's better for your sleep. I don't know if you know that. That's pretty common
I don't
knowledge.
stare at my phone a lot when I go like
That's good.
when I'm on the couch and stuff like watching dumb shit, I'll be on my phone and stuff. But like when I go in my room, I don't like sit there and like stare at my phone unless it is like a football game and I'll have the game either up on Reddit
Can't
or
dark mode a
Sports
football
Center.
game anyways.
Yeah.
So like those are the only times. But like
Dude, speaking of recent Apple updates, they fucked me today. So at work, right? So I sync
I'm gonna try to make this not too technical. So I sync a few.
When I
like,
sink, you sink, I sink.
I sync a few like organization files for like my life between my work and personal laptop. So if I'm working, I can just jot down a little personal note like do laundry later, and it'll just like come up in my calendars and shit, right? So,
Roster bait.
and so yeah, don't forget to roster bait. Trust me, I never forget. So I do that, and I just have a few files syncing, right? So I updated my personal laptop to Catalina, and there's like, I guess there's like a checkbox.
God damn Catalina wine mixer.
Catalina wine mixer. There's a checkbox that says like, do you want to like sync your files to iCloud? And that's how I sync my files between both my computers, right? And I thought I unclicked it. I must have left it on. And what happened is Apple decided to sync like 2 giant fucking folders that never synced before. Synced. Hey, I said it.
I don't know. You sound right.
And what ended up happening is I log onto my work computer like an hour later, and like the antivirus is like, hey, there's a fucking keygen on this computer. What the fuck's going on? Do you know what a keygen is?
It's when it'll type things without you having to do it.
No. It will like.
But
edit.
if you had a guess, is that bad?
It's not bad. It will
Key
edit.
generator. That's what I got.
It like edits the computer registry so that you can pirate paid programs. So I was like pirating Ableton Live that we use to record this stuff, and I had a keygen on my Mac.
Ableton,
that-
sponsor the pod.
that synced to the work computer. So basically, I get a fucking message from IT like, hey, why are you downloading like viruses onto your computer? Do you need this keygen for something? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God. I started this day off at like 6 cups of coffee level of anxiety, like fighting this shit off and trying to fix it. Because Apple just fucked me. They just randomly decided to
What do
sync
you
all my
mean
bullshit.
Fix it?
Say what?
What do you mean fix it?
When did I say fix it?
You said I started my day off 6 cups of coffee and
Trying to fix it? Well, I'm trying to get this goddamn keygen off of my computer. And like
You couldn't just email IT and be like, "Hey, that was my bad. Can you take this off?"
that's what I did.
Okay, that's what.
But only after I spent a lot of time trying to do it on my own because I'm a nerd and I know how to do shit like that. But they wouldn't give me the full
Clearly.
file path.
Oh.
And it was like cached in some weird library. Unnecessary for this podcast. Result is Apple fucked me. And I was fucking pissed today. And it started my day off on a real
Apple
bad note.
fucked you, or you just don't know how to click buttons.
They lied to me about what they were going to do.
Clearly.
They synced more folders than I was syncing before. Why would I want other things synced than what I explicitly
Maybe
opted
because
into
you hadn't
prior?
had your 6th cup of coffee yet.
No, Apple doesn't know about that. Anyways, that was my tilt of the day. I'm glad you all got to hear that. I'm glad I got to broadcast that to the world. Thank you, everybody, for listening. What's next? Waiver wire. Let's talk about waiver wire.
I barely looked. I got the team I wanted. It made me sad that the only other person who bid on them was you. So I was like, welp, I made a mistake.
I promised myself that I would only spend 30 minutes on waiver wire this week because the times when I spend more time, I just do shitty bids and be disappointed. So I tried to change up my game
I got a question
plan.
for you.
What's up?
Fuck it. I'm going to just do it. Hey, let's. I do actually have a question for you.
What is it?
Where's your team?
What, you know where my team is. You've been using this app for at least 6 weeks.
Nick Chubb and George Kittle for Leonard Fournette and
No.
Disley.
No. Hell no. No.
You're wrong, but okay.
Okay, we'll see. If you could even ice bet, I would probably ice bet you that, but...
Honestly, I'm so tired of drinking ices. I really don't want to.
Wow. That's a very adult thing to say.
It's so boring.
I'm proud of you.
Can we switch? Can I switch to Mike's Hard Lemonade? Will you guys be cool with that? I'm just so tired of that syrup. Like,
Did you do your ices this weekend?
no,
You didn't even do them last weekend either.
no.
You're running a bit of a tally right
I
now.
owe you guys too large, too small.
They're coming out weirder. 'Cause of the
Oh my
way I'm sitting.
God.
Do you need a beer?
No, how the fuck did you already finish your beer?
Because they're delicious.
Jesus fuck, Parker. Also, I think you farted on your balls.
Go over the waiver wire.
All right. I picked up the Ravens. Parker bid on them also.
You beat me by 1.
Did I? I don't even know what I bid. Honestly, when I saw I got them, I was like, I don't even remember asking you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you bid 3, I bid 2.
But all right, let's talk about the league as a whole. You skipped over a lot of.
I'm going
big
to
dick
it. I
shit.
wasn't there yet. All right, Will Fuller.
Brad got Will Fuller for 21. Daniel wanted him for
Daniel
20.
for 20. Paul for 18.
18.
Charlie 12. You 8. Dextrick, Michelle Abeda, $1. I'll keep you boys honest.
I really felt like a pussy having like Daniel, Paul, and Charlie all bid more than me, and like I was like 8, and then you're of course 1. You're an afterthought, but and then Brad balled out with 21. I'm like, all right, hype machine knows what's up.
Who the fuck? Oh my God. Daniel must. What? Daniel must be like, all right, CMC might get injured. I'm going to spend $9 on his backup.
I mean, $9 is a lot to get your own. I mean, yeah, no one was targeting that guy. I get it though. Didn't he? Yeah, he actually had a great game.
Brad spent $7 on the Redskins D.
Do you know what Reggie Bonifant did last week? Do you know his points?
I don't know, like 13.
14 and a half.
There you go.
5 attempts, touchdown, 16 yards per carry, dude.
That's not.
So he actually did good. The best time to get
5 attempts and he got a touchdown because they benched Christian McCaffrey.
16 yards per carry, though. Like, that means he can actually ball.
They-
That's the best time to get your handcuff is when you can
it's
actually do shit.
fucking not.
Oh,
Someone
so
has,
a better time to get your handcuff
so
is when he
your
sucks?
team the entire time has just been fucking on these guys, and you're opening up holes big enough I could drive your shitty Civic through. Then yeah, it's not that fucking hard, Parker. This is called jumping on the hype too quick.
It's
5
not-
attempts.
It's a 2012.
How many points
not
has
shitty.
he had all year in each game?
0.
Every game?
He's
Are
a
you
fucking
joking?
handcuff. He's not a starter, Dex.
Yeah.
He's obviously not a starter. What he did, though, was prove that he could do it if he was the starter, which means Daniel's buying insurance. Who's Leonard Fournette's backup? Who's his handcuff?
Fuck if I know. The quarterback, Mencha?
Here's the difference between Daniel and you as a fantasy football owner.
That I'm good?
Okay. yeah, that's what it is. Brad bought out the Washington Redskins for $7. Yeah,
Because they're
no,
playing the Dolphins. He spent $7 for 1 week.
I am surprised because, like, so I did listen to a little bit of podcast. My 30 minutes.
No
of, like,
fucking shit. We get it. You listen to other sports podcasts about fantasy football.
Well, I said that I only gave myself 30 minutes, and that's not completely true because I don't count podcast time because I do that while I walk Tango and stuff. But the Redskins against Miami is like, so like a lot of analysts do that out as like an option, but they all were like, disclaimer, this is very pukey of an option. Don't fucking do this. It's going to be a shit show.
This is what I hate about all those podcasts. They're like, I'm giving you this advice, but also know I could be wrong. No fucking shit. Grab life by the fucking balls and tell them what you think. You fucking pussies.
No, there's caveats to everything.
Hey, you know what? We need.
No, what they think is that there's no good streaming defenses.
Once we get this shit going and our thousands of viewers goes to millions, people, you have 2 options. You either go with me or go against me, and one of us is going to be right. And I think we all know who it is.
Think about this. Brad's bench defense, he's holding 2 defenses right now, is the 49ers against the LA Rams. Would you rather start the Rams or the Redskins against Miami?
I'd rather start the Redskins against Miami.
Paul picked up Kenyon Drake this week, I assume, to start against the Redskins because they're so bad.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now if he's starting Kenyon Drake. Nope.
Why did he pick him up?
Handcuff? I don't fucking...
I mean, why would you pick up a
Holy
Miami
shit,
running back?
he is not starting Juju Smith-Schuster either.
I wouldn't be either right now. They're so bad. Have you seen how many players they lost this week alone?
Oh my God. Paul is projected to beat me, but he probably won't break 118.
God damn, your team is bad. All right, let's go through the rest of the waivers. This is the most rambly podcast we've ever done. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's not great.
That's fine. I think it's a great content, honestly.
All right.
That's funny. I consider this great content, and you hate it. You love the just like pure rage mode podcasts, and I love these more measured ones. We're so opposite. We'll never love the same podcast.
Never. Gerald Everett, tight end. Charlie was the only one. Ito Smith, Miller was the only one.
A lot of single man bids this week, like
Yeah,
a lot.
shit ton.
Kenyon Drake for
Daniel.
$6.
New Orleans Saints for 4. D.D. Westbrook for 3. Me and you both bid on the Ravens. I beat you because you're dumb. Mike, I don't even know why he's even trying anymore. But
The Ravens aren't worth $3, only 2.
I can't.
I think you overbid.
That's a really good meme.
You overbid, you fucking idiot.
All right, tell me about Daniel Jones.
He'll be good. Hey, he's playing Arizona next week.
Are you gonna start him?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, start. Who are you starting this week? The Kyle dude?
Yeah, whoever I picked up, he's on there.
The guy from the Panthers.
Kyle Allen, yeah. I'm sorry. Against, who's he playing again?
Life.
He's playing Tampa Bay. And then I'll drop him.
You know the good part about him is, it's like he dumps off to Christian McCaffrey, who like breaks 2 tackles and then runs for 80 yards for a touchdown.
Yep. And I want all those 80 yards and touchdowns.
What's the chances Tom Brady breaks the single game rushing touchdown?
Rushing 0% chance.
All right. Well, can I get a 0.1?
You can get a 0.1.
All right.
It's technically possible.
The Patriots are on the 1-yard line again. Tom Brady sneaks it in for his 7th touchdown.
You know, it's kind of a mindfuck. When Brad and I went to ASU and we took like a...
We all went to ASU.
We took
when you guys
a
went.
philosophy class.
Yeah, we all had to take that
Did we all
class.
take philosophy?
Yes.
Really? All right.
Philosophy and psychology. It was like a part of the...
Well, I took a lot of psych for it because I was trying to minor in psych, but the philosophy was really good. The most mindfucky thing of all is the concept of like, if you can literally imagine it, it's possible. Was that like, did you ever learn that? Like that's what
I
possible
think
means
that's
in
just
psychology?
my life.
I mean, what I'm saying
Am
is
I
like,
wrong?
maybe like a little bit
Why
deeper.
am I holding this?
Like if you can imagine me sitting here, but instead of my head, it's like a deer head. Like if you can imagine it, it's possible. Is what like it's like a further stretch of possible.
So the problem is when you said that, all I thought about is us have a dead deer head on top of your head.
Yeah, well, I thought that too, but
Oh, nice.
that's not what I meant. Like maybe a fish head, because no one would put a fish head on their head, right?
If it was big enough.
It'd be like stunning with the skin. But yeah, that's what possible means. I can't remember
Yeah,
why the fuck
that's
I'm
what-
talking about this actually.
We were talking about psychology and how you messed up and should have majored in something else.
I minored in psych, by the way,
You
and then I
Fucking
threw it away.
Dumbass.
I was a kinesiology psych major, and then I was like,
What did you plan on doing with your life with that?
well,
Oh, how's this?
no. Here's the real
Muscle
fucking problem,
tension?
Dex. Here's the real fucking problem. Is that I have to choose what
The
I'm gonna do.
goddamn school system doesn't
gonna-
get you ready.
I had to choose that shit coming out of high school. I was an idiot.
Yeah, trust me, I was right there. I picked business management. I work in a warehouse right now, 60 plus hours a week.
You're managing a business, aren't you?
I am. I manage 68 employees and I yell at a lot of them.
See, I got like 2 years through like kinesiology and psychology, and I was like, this is stupid. I'm going to go work on computers. Because I saw like all of the hard fucking work that Brad's doing way better than I ever could have done because he's taking chances and going and working for fucking cool colleges and shit. I knew that I could never have pulled that stuff off and like lived the life he lives to actually like do it right. And so I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go work in a basement on computers. And so I did that instead. Because I wouldn't be able to pull off what Brad's doing right now. Because we were the same major for like 2 years. We had the same classes and
Fuck.
everything.
Yeah, no.
Hell no.
I guess I got a backhanded. Well, no, it was a compliment that was bad to say to this person. So we had the president, this lady of our company, come down to my office, and I had one of my employees in there, and she's a lady too, talking about something. And the president asked her, was like, "Oh, how do you think Dex is doing?" Like right in front of me. She's like, "Good." He's like, he's really good at like yelling at the guys and stuff. And I was just like, "Fuck." She's like, "You yell at the guys?" And I was like, I motivate the guys. I was like, what the fuck? And me and her, like, she loves me and I love her. She's great. But I was just like, and she like afterwards, like, I didn't mean it like that. But she did.
She meant it like that.
I swear to God.
You do yell at him?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
The combined GEDs in this warehouse. It's like, fuck.
Oh, man.
I wish I could have you guys work in there for like a day.
Fuck no. I've done manual.
It's just like you're like, I literally yesterday the guy was like, "Suck my fucking dick" to another employee, and he's just like, "Can you not say that?
Can you
Can you not? Like,
Have you heard of HR?
it's not good. Like, oh, I fucking HR manager was in my office, and I was like, fucking damn it. And he was like, what'd you say? And I was like, you're in my office. And I was like, get out.
Get out, pussy.
Get out.
This is my office. My
just
world.
like-
my HR.
I'm going to get fired.
You'll be fine.
I think so.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck Daniel.
Fuck Daniel.
I like to make money get turned. I like to make money get.
Guys, thanks for listening to our bullshit for the last 10 minutes.
Because we are like similar, but so fucking different. We're like kind of similar, but way different. And like we believe in a lot of the same things, but somehow we get there like not the same way. I was like, we are the definition of like taking separate roads. We're like kind of similar. We're like kind of similar, but way different.